Welcome, friend. Welcome to Morrowind. Welcome back to Vardenfell, friends. It's very nearly the end of December, but the month has one final sting in the tail. Tomorrow, New Year's Eve, is my birthday, a fact which I increasingly regard as an imposition, possibly even indignity, as time rolls on. I'd like to pretend that it seems like a festive and entertaining idea, and certainly it's better than not reaching the next birthday, I guess, but, you know, comes a point where it's not really a wonderful thing to have to go through. So, anyway, a couple of days after that, we'll be into the normal run-of-the-mill January. The festive period will be over, and life can return to some semblance of normality. I greatly hope that that is something of a disappointment to you when you've had a lovely month, but if it's a relief, then almost there. Just got to hang on a little longer. We're currently in the depths of Galom Daeus. We were here delivering the 3 power cores and being very glad to do so to this moderately snappy Egypt. And somewhere around here apparently are some codes which are needed by our friends, compatriots, minions, something in the Astrologians. That's worth yoinking. But we just got to find that, basically. I guess that's worth yoinking too. I did want to check the desk. Same thing, same thing. Of an acoustic rod. I've got huge amounts of spare weight. We'll leave it. Take gemstones though. They are technically alchemy ingredients, but they're also very light and they sell well. Doing the cog. Doing the gyro. Dwemer nothingness. Dwarf head. Table with what? Armorer's hammer. Oh, that's fine. Wow, I'm bouncy. Why am I so bouncy? Oh. Is that the armor? And have I managed to trap myself? That would be annoying. Nope. Look at that armor. I didn't pay a huge amount of attention on the last session, which you'd think I would have, really, other than notice that it looked cool. Orbital Dwemer cuirass. Jump 20 points. Very nice indeed. Feather 75, Swift Swim 50, but ooh, yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. So, okay, I don't think any of you will tell me anything, will you? Yes. I mean, I'd be happy to do so. I see there's some more furniture over there. So, go away. You would just go away now. Crowbar. Oh, I see it's a weapon. Sorry about that, bingly bong. I don't suppose there's any chance that acoustic thing is actually code, is it? Wouldn't have thought so. Don't quite see what that is. So I guess it's time for my dagger of floating to once again prove itself useful. No, don't stab with the damn thing, fool. Dwarven short sword. Fine, I'll pinch it. No, not seeing anything. Maybe something around the back? Interactable in here. Death Star plans are not in the main computer. I suppose there's a benefit. Up here? No. Okay. I'm not seeing any particular evidence of anything. And, you know, I'm not entirely feeling like searching Galom Daeus top to bottom all over again. So assuming that person in the far corner isn't someone. I don't know if they are. No, I've tried you already. Okay. It said, but there's even an actual thingy journal entry. No, there isn't. There's not even a journal entry. But I'm pretty sure it said near. But then again, as we've seen, that might mean almost anything. I guess I'll have a quick poke in this chunk because it seemed to have quite a lot of random crap in it. But if it's not up here somewhere fairly simple, then I can let it lie for a while. Possibly quite a long while. We shall see. Bits and pieces. Yeah. I mean, I do like I like the design of Galom Daeus. It's very interesting. They've done a good job in they/he. I don't know how big the project actually is in terms of membership. I've done a great job in capturing the feel while still expanding what you'd normally find. This is just where I dumped all the assorted bits and pieces I didn't want to pick up or couldn't carry. I do remember that. coins I find, I guess. Don't know why I hadn't taken that one before. They're going to come in useful now. You know, useful in quote marks. Now that I'm revamping myself a... what would you call it? I don't know what a base anyway. A home base. But the only other option, really... I do wonder at that door. What does it say? Galom Daeus, Eternal Scourge. You know what? Screw it. It's almost my birthday. Let's go have a look. Can. See what happens. Maybe we'll get a notification we shouldn't be here. Pretty impressive looking. I do have my correct sword on, right? Yes, I do. Good. Hey, bud. Glass darts, very fancy. Very upscale material glasses. The height of the light class of stuff, in the same way that ebony is the height of the heavy class of stuff. Okay, I'll take that. Hard mind, huh? Resist normal weapons. Wow. That sounds impressive. Don't really need any more Dwemer nonsense, I don't think, unless there's another set of machinery to fix somewhere. This all appears to be working. And again, who knows? Well, you know, it's turning anyway. Wow. That's worth taking. That's also worth taking. Dwarven Claymore. How's my weight looking? Good enough, apparently. What hat am I wearing? Just that. Well, in that case... don't mind if I do. On some coins. Handy. Bit pixel. Sorry about that. I don't really know whether there's something that I haven't done in Galom Daeus that's why that wooden panel hasn't slid aside so I can open that door, or if it just didn't trigger. In the same way that somehow I screwed up the trigger for that thing down in the Moon Elf's deadbeat Trondad's stronghold. So I'm not sure. I don't know whether to consider this a mild cheat or a correction of a bug, or just a bit of time saving for the sake of you, my poor friend, having to put up with my ramblings and mutterings and other nonsense as I meander about the place. I mean, you know, on some level I have this sort of vague sense that me doing this must be fairly dull a lot of the time. But at the same time, apparently you're still here watching it, otherwise you won't be hearing this. And alright, maybe you're one amongst a few, but even so, obviously you have some degree of tolerance for this sort of nonsense. Maybe you would like to see me painstakingly try to work out how to get through that thing. And, feel free to weigh in either way. But it's not hugely tempting. 5, I'm almost out of room. That's okay. Enough dwarven paddywhackery and stuff. Having said that, I realise that paddywhackery is probably some sort of peculiar English slur aimed at the Irish in some way. And I apologise. No such contempt is implied. It is just some archaic piece of vocab lodged in the back of my head like so many others are. I will attempt to excise it. Speaking of, I get the feeling that YouTube has become increasingly draconian about the detection of bad words, in quote marks, which would make sense, what with the whole ongoing geopolitical nonsense and stuff. So I don't know if I'm going to manage it, because, let's be honest, but I'm going to try, at least, to be a little more careful about my language, because I've always been moderately sweary. Kind of come to the British territory, honestly. And maybe that's something that you really can't do anymore, as far as our lords and masters are concerned. So we shall see. It might mean that I'm a little more hesitant when speaking for a little while I try to get used to it. I apologise if that's the case, because I'm not exactly Mr. Let's avoid every bit of dead air there is to begin with. But, we'll see. Watch this space. Or listen to this space anyway, I suppose. And we'll see what happens. Listen to this space? Doesn't even make any sense. You know what I mean, though. Beast boots, crowbars. I find the idea of wielding a Dwemer crowbar as an axe very amusing in a sort of Gordon Freeman sense. But I don't have any axe skill at all, apart from whatever little bits I might have bumped into it. Have I bumped up any axe skill? Don't even know. Axe 15. That's probably a red guard thing. Ooh, hello. Why did those beetles just drop dead? They were charging me a second ago. Maybe they're supposed to be corpses to indicate the derelict nature of the space or something. And they didn't get the message when I first opened up. You see, just look at all this lava. And the magma haze coming off it and stuff. You'd kind of think I'd be absolutely crisped to a cylinder by, within a second or so. But I guess, even nowadays, Dwemer Tech has retained some cunning way of keeping the temperature constricted to the surface or near the surface of the lava. Or its special hyper cool, not actually burn you to death lava, except that, of course, we know that's not true, because you jump in it, you burn to death. And also, even if there was something like a sort of shield of force, it would heat up the stone, and these pillars and stuff. And after, it's like any half-decent radiator system. You can turn off an individual radiator, but it doesn't stop all the pipes in the house getting hot, or the metal of the radiator getting hot from the hot water flowing through the pipes connecting them all. It just stops the hot water flowing through the radiator itself. Everything would be an absolute furnace in here. Hello? Excuse me. I have some bad news for you. Afraid you're not going to like it. But time to rest or something. Welcome to your obsolescence. That looks like it might be a way forward. Yeah. Why am I not charbroiled? Mysteries keep piling upon each other. Mystery upon mystery upon mystery. Locked. Good dwarven leaf blower. Crank tool, eh? Don't flatter me. I mean, if I ever want any dwarven bric-a-brac, this is the place to come. That was that. Yep, that was that. Journeyman's, masters, partial masters. Come on. Thank you very much. Make sure that I can actually change my weapon back. More coins, good. Dwemer rubber. Dwarven arbalest. Okay, wow, that's really quite valuable. And let's see what I can leave in its place. Those are both heavy and fairly pointless. Fairly heavy, fairly pointless. Heavy, fairly pointless. Very heavy, almost as pointless, but not quite. Lighter, lighter, darts. Pricey. At some point, maybe, and I mean maybe, I'll come through and just clear out everything in here on my own time and set up a sort of expanded dwarven armory in some chunk of real estate that I have access to. Would be amusing. I've already got one of the short swords. Keg, axe, scrap. Keg, axe, scrap. Hello? Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Centurion Joe? I was quite startled to learn they were Swedish, although I'm not sure why. Don't remember the name of the band now. I suppose it just seemed like such a fundamentally non-Swedish song. You have no idea what I'm talking about. Be grateful. You're not missing anything at all, really. Unless you like kind of square dance themed electro clash pop of some sort or something. Not entirely sure how you describe it. Advanced Steam Guardian. Advanced. I see you. I see you there, baby. Making that steel. But chrome really in here, isn't it? Brass. Brass, probably. Locked. I mean, there's a lot more back here than I thought. Lucky us? Sure, yeah, lucky us. Be positive. Oh, point of security, very nice. 23 coins. Hail Eris. Thank you for your donation to the war chest. Yes, yes, I know. Be there in a moment. Once I have Nagwal these things. Nagwal. Yeah, it's another word that doesn't really need to be in vocabulary, does it? I read Carlos Castaneda when I was younger. And it seemed implausible. Even at the time, in my sort of teenage kind of gullibility phases. He later admitted that it was all a bunch of hogwash and an excuse to fleece some money to people and set up his own tame sex cult. So often the case. Why do people want sex cults? Maybe there's something wrong with it, but I don't want a sex cult. It just sounds like a lot of work. And, you know, yeah, sure, okay, great, sex, fine. But a whole cult of it? And all the various jealousies and annoyances you have to deal with and all that, going around pretending you're some kind of guru all the time. And, you know, it just sounds exhausting. Not my style at all. Give me a cup of tea any day. Anyway, he used to go on about Nagwal, which I think is a word he co-opted with some kind of vague spiritual associations or other. That's my ignorance showing. In the original local Spanish dialects, Hispanic dialects, I suppose is a better way to put it. Lightning control rod. Ooh, fancy. That's handy. You stick it in the oven. I've no idea what it's doing coming out of my mouth now. In this particular instance, it doesn't seem relevant to anything. I don't see anything useful here. Is this it? Is this as hard as we can go? Looks like it. No codes. Not a hint of anything even vaguely code-like. I've checked everything. Oh well. I gave it the old college try, and I picked up some amusing bits of weaponry and a whole stack of gemstones, and I am grateful for that. And I also got to muse for a while on the horrors of thermodynamics and its apparent lack of rigorous application in the Dwarven sphere. And sphere of influence, I mean, obviously, rather than within any given Dwarven sphere. Like that one. It looks like I've reached the point where I'm slightly faster bouncing forward than I am just running. That has the potential to be very annoying for you, so apologies. Here in the Scourge. I don't think I left any other doorway behind me. Yeah, no, I remember up there. That means I went up there too, I'm sure. Yeah. Fairly sure. Yes. Just a toppled-down statue. Yes. Okay, I think we can safely say that... thank you for putting me outside that, I appreciate it. I think we can safely say that wherever these doodads are, I am unlikely to find them. But I did look. But as I remember, the other side wasn't... the other side across the hall from the... where the ghosts are, wasn't as extensive as this. So I suppose have a quick look there too. I might zap through this quickly, and then again I might not. I guess it depends on how much energy I have and how much footage I get. Sorry this wasn't out a couple of days ago, by the way. The tedious parts of it aren't really worth relating, but the short version is medication balls up, extended various fights with assorted medical people, finding specialist attention over the festive period, arthritic flare-up, yada yada yada. I've been very tired and achy all month, and my medications are now back to normal, thanks largely to some sympathetic pharmacists slightly bending the strict letter of the law, or at least of the guideline, for which I'm very grateful. And yeah, hopefully it'll begin to sort of recover swiftly at this point. But maybe not. Either way, Sunday I was just too out of it, and yesterday being Monday, I was in a bit too much pain. But today the fates have come together, so lucky you. Here we are. Tomorrow I'm going to be far too old, but one nice thing about having been born in 1969, in the last 14 hours of the year, is that it's a real help for remembering how old you are, because whatever the year is, that is the date, that is the digit, the number of my age. So in a couple of days' time it'll be 2026 and I will be 56. So that's handy. As my memory gets steadily more pathetic, I promise you that becomes steadily more useful. Although the only people ever to ask how old I am nowadays tend to be doctors anyway, and they usually have the record there somewhere, so it's not, a huge thing or anything, but, look on the positive side of stuff and things. Or something, silver linings, clouds. I guess I'm just more stubborn than I like to admit. I really didn't want to search all of Galom Daeus, but here I am searching all of Galom Daeus just in case. Yeah, not much I can do with that really. I guess, get this idea in my head that I'm supposed to be doing something, then I go ahead and do it anyway, regardless. I was brought up wrong. Igman.
A pleasure, madam. I really do enjoy the company of women.
What? ghastly thing to say. You don't seem to know anything about stuff. Is there a job coming up soon? Yeah, talk to the shrieky vampire. He seems to have some work set aside for you.
We share the same company. What can I do for you?
We share the same company. Not sure that means what you think it means. Then again, I'm not sure what anything is, so, you know, who am I? In that sense, I probably am a pretty good successor for Nelengoth. You always seem vague and broadly out of it. And vague and broadly out of it are my middle names. Plays havoc on your birth certificate, let me tell you. Yes, blah, 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 blah. I will steal my own 2 gold from my own damn guild. Thank you very much. Because I can.
Welcome.
Do you know anything about codes? It is quite lovely. I would say you're welcome there. But, you know what? You do you. How about that? Galom Daeus plans, charter, bread. Can I read those? Not really. But somewhat.
The ruins are now ours. Our next step will be to begin an excavation. There's more to uncover down there. If we wish to continue restoring these old machines, we need supplies. I will head down there at your request. You are not a dumb creature, so I don't explain this to you. I thought I told you to start it, but go ahead, yeah. Have you checked the guild hall for new recruits? The excavation should wait when we've expanded the guild. I don't wish to be in charge of these menial tasks. Yeah, I did. I told her to come and get you. I guess it'll happen with time. I don't want that pillar, actually. I just want to use my teleport. Thank you. I know words. I've spoken many of them. Sealock. Okay, she's gone. Fair enough. I have no idea. Hopefully they're on their way somewhere.
If I can be of any assistance, I'll be happy to help.
Thanks, Jerry. I know you will. Tell me device codes. The Dwemer astrologers you met may have had one in their possession. They didn't seem to.
Welcome, friend.
You're just going to ask if I need to drag you along behind me, which I don't really. Daedric runestone, eh? I fancy. I mean, the stuff I'm looking for isn't going to be here. That wouldn't make any sense. Or down here, I'm just looking to make sure we don't have anyone else wanting me to do bits and pieces before we sort off. What can you do for me? Translate something? You're right, it is a prank. But I'll remember. Thank you. No, it's fine. Don't want to go anywhere.
May you find me worthy of your attention.
I hope you have been writing your fanfic again properly. Please continue writing fanfic, my friend. It's a long and honourable tradition.
Hail, friend.
Okay, everyone here seems broadly calm and contented. Our new recruit has gone off into processing. Maybe there'll be another one that I have to do before Shrieky has anything else to say about starting his excavations. Maybe him starting his excavations is what's required. Interesting. Quite interesting. Maybe that's what's required to get the thing to open up. And I have been sequence breaking. But it's fine, either way. Oh look, little outside area. Ow, my ankles! Thank you. Okay, fine. Let's stop this. Next thing to do is to head to the shack. And I guess dump off some dwarven foolishness. It's bottom crate, isn't it? Yeah. This will hopefully bring my assorted encumbrance down decently. I'm going to put the magical things in here with the other bits of valuable weaponry. Devil Tanto. I mean, I'm never going to need Bound Dagger. Let's be honest. It's just not useful. I think not with my dagger skill. I like Jinx swords, but it's more useful on something with a bit of whap to it. Soul Trap might come in handy, but not on an axe. Probably couldn't hit barn door with an axe. Shock darts, very nice. Very nice. And that cool lightning control rod. And that should be the poisoned rapier. And floaty dagger. Excellent. And how are we for apparel? That can be retired. Gauntlet. Do I have another gauntlet on, or am I just being weird? I remember taking it off when I was trying to verify my actual thing. Oh, it's just broken. Fair enough. I'm really sorry about that pinging. Fortify skill armorer. Don't care. More dwarven stuff. More dwarven stuff. Broad run, scrap greaves. Fiendish mole crab helm. Boots and gloves bound. Cool. I think I'm okay. Hero cuirass, yes. Tron armor, very cool, but salvaged odd mask, also very cool. Severe intervention, divine intervention, amulet of opening. Amulets are worth keeping around just in case. They're pretty light. Twin amulet, expensive amulet. Robes. Dwarven stuff. Frost Eater robe. Cool. Poison Eater robe. Cool. Ring of Stormhand. Not particularly cool. Ring of Surroundings. Possibly useful. Third Barrier Ring. Also possibly useful. Okay. More bits of dwarvenry. The apparel category. Vivek would very much disapprove. That's for sure. Bunch of stuff, component-wise. But that can all wait. Got another dwarven bust. Keep picking those things up. Probably should stop doing that sometime. Buying construct schematics. Very nice. I'm sure someone will want those at some point. Caldera slave key. Yeah, we got rid of the Caldera slaves. It's like value 300. Wow. Doesn't belong in with the dwarven stuff anyway. That's an expensive key. I wonder what they made it of. And once again, a double alchemy set. Oh, that's because I had to revert my save last time after dropping everything off. That's right, I remember. All I want on me is one mortar and pestle. It's a very high quality one. The other bits and pieces, yeah, it's fine. They're not really necessary. Certainly not for field alchemy. Okay, let's save. I don't think I'm in need of any level up, but we should check. No, but let us. Blech. Rude. Also, how did the three of you get up here? Like, did you actually climb the stairs? That's the risk of being in a space where your bed is theoretically outdoors, I suppose. Still, keeps things lively. Jar of bitter green slime. So the last thing to do while I'm here is just make absolutely sure that I haven't already grabbed some list of Dwemer codes and stuck them in one of my bits of nonsense. There's a lot of those. Journal entry, okay, back and look. I'll try to remember to at least fast forward through this, because this really is going to be very dull. Paper milk, I'll have that. Jar of dreg wax. To go with a bit of green slime, I suppose. Very tasty. Nom nom nom. I'm set for breakfast, eh? More of those cards. Oh, I see. Added hide, fair enough. Yeah, not seeing anything very much. Pretty sure there wasn't anything upstairs that I bothered leaving it here, really. Some stuff, apparently. So I guess it's fair to say that if I have previously picked it up, I've done something unmentionable with it. That's fine. Okay. Well, we're heading towards an hour, so I think it's time to do what we do best and stop. I'm just going to Balmora because where else does one go? It's the place to be. Those hands away, they're deadly weapons. It's a little dark. Let's have a quick nap in the Mage's Guild. AM. Okay, very nice. It's a brand new day, and until I guess until I learn otherwise, or someone sends me a note demanding something, then we are done with the astrologians. It's been quite a long, strange trip, as they say, or did say once. I've enjoyed it. Interesting mod. Lots of really beautiful interiors. Well written, fun questing. Great work on the dwarven stuff.
Of my knowledge, you may speak.
You do not seem worthy of my time, friend.
What was that?
You may go away again. Quite an emo set of facial decorations, though. You know, you probably listen to Finnish power metal or something, don't you? Nothing wrong with that. Have a fun day, whoever you are. Our orcish friend. Yeah, I've enjoyed the astrologian stuff. Impressive. Next time, I don't know, next time maybe we'll go and do some thievery stuff for one of the other thieves guilds. Go to Sadrith Mora and talk to Skink is another possibility. Do some magey stuff. Or, you know, heavens forbid, we could actually do a little bit of the main quest. I'm sure Caius's notes are around somewhere. And if they aren't, I'm sure I can find the item code so that I can get them back again. Please just stop standing there staring at me. Dissociation is my weirdness. Reap. Yeah, okay. Happy New Year. If you're from a part of the world that celebrates New Year tomorrow, have a good week. Have a great 2020-26. 2020-26. Wow. God. have a great 2026, and maybe worry about the very, very distant future some other time. And leave a like, leave a comment, say hi, don't say hi. It's all good. Take care of yourselves, and until next time, I'll see you later. Bye for now.